Another way that you can use effects, in particular with understanding the ticks, is to incorporate triplets or divisions of the beat that are not easily divided by 2. If we look at the organizational pattern in SunVox, we see that a 32 count pattern, which is the standard, is grouped into groups of 4 lines. This would be sort of like 4 different beats that you might have. And this could be sort of like a measure, with each of these highlighted lines representing the beat, the extra dots, subdivisions of the beat, and then the darkened highlight being the next measure. Now, if we are to put in a value halfway in between the highlighted, we've subdivided the beat into 2. We can also subdivide the beat into 4 because we have 1, 2, 3, 4 lines before the next beat. But let's say we wanted to have 3 spread out very equally with the triplet pattern. The way you can accomplish this without having to stretch out all of your lines and patterns is to use the delay function. What I've done here for the triangle part, our baseline, is I've put in 3 different notes on this second beat here, and they right now show up on lines 4, 5, and 6. But if I were to play this by itself, I'll go ahead and unsolo the noise and solo the triangle. The 3 are not divided evenly within the beat. There's a bit of a hesitation between the last of the 3 notes and the next beat. What we want to do is for these 3 notes to be stretched out evenly across this beat. Now remember when we were talking about the retrigger that there are 6 ticks on each line. So if we delay the second and third of these 3 notes, we can place them where they need to go. Remember that each line is worth 6. So this would be 6, 6, 6, and 6, or 24 total ticks in the beat. If we divide 24 by 3, since we want to fit 3 notes evenly, we get 8. So we know that the second note is going to start on tick 6 for the second line, but we want it to start on tick 8. So what we're going to do is put in a delay, and that particular command is 1D, D for delay. If you don't remember that, again, you can just come into set effect and find it on the list here. Delay is 1D. Now the delay, of course, just like with the retrigger, is not going to work until we put in a value. Still sounds the same. So again, we want this to come in on tick 8. So what we're going to do is we're going to put a 2 value here. And what that's going to tell SunVox to do is to delay the articulation of this second note by 2 ticks. So it's going to come 8 ticks after the first one instead of 6 like it normally would. We will also need to delay the third one. And we want this one to come in on number 16 because we have divided 24 into 3. The first one's going to come in on 8, and this one's going to come in on 16. Now normally the second line would be tick 12. So what we need to do is delay this by 4 so that it will come in on tick 16, and it's going to be delayed even longer, but it will then fill in the gaps that are needed with this extra space. And you can see now the 3 notes are very evenly distributed. So I'm going to come in and add the delay function for the rest of this pattern. And then I'll come in and assign those values for the delay. The first of them for 2 later ticks and the other one for 4. And now our pattern should have some very even triplets on the second and fourth beats.